Hey team, it's time for an early career designer's portfolio review. I'm Megan Thomas, and I'm a senior UX designer with almost 10 years of experience in enterprise software design. I've taught and mentored over 300 early career designers through UC Berkeley's UX UI Design Bootcamp. In this video, I'm going to review an early career designer's portfolio and share my thoughts as a senior designer. My goal is to provide actionable feedback to help them succeed as they look for a job in the UX industry. Join me for a stream of consciousness walkthrough as I assess one of their case studies. Remember, mine is just one opinion. Make sure to get multiple perspectives before making any changes. All right, let's dive into the review and learn together. Hey team, welcome back to another early career designer portfolio review. And today we're taking a look at Terry Bolden Jr.'s portfolio website. So one of the things that I'm excited about is I don't always have the same kind of access to the same kind of portfolios. So typically the folks who have come through my portfolio review process, which like it's not a process, it's a form. The link's below. It's people who have gone to the 2U edX Trilogy Education boot camps because those are the folks that I have taught and the people that I primarily know. But we know that there are a lot of different boot camps out there. And we also know that your mileage may vary, right? Some folks are self-taught. Some people have gone through only the Coursera course. Some people went to the Coursera course and then to a full-time boot camp. Some people went to Design Lab, BrainStation, Avocademy, like all of these different places are places that you can learn UX design. And one of the things that I like most about Terry is that he's gone through a completely different program. So he went through Merit America, and it's a program, if I understand correctly, I'm probably going to get this wrong because I'm paraphrasing something I remember from a couple of months ago, but it's a program that helps people who have not typically worked in technical professions make that major career transition. So I have actually been working with Terry just to do a little bit of like, not a lot of like hands-on work or anything, but just give some small feedback as he continues to work through some real world projects. And one thing that I really, really love about Terry is that he is a go-getter. Like I see so many folks, and this is not to shame anybody else, but I see a lot of folks who go through the boot camp and think, okay, I'm done. That's what I've got on my portfolio. This is what hiring managers can judge me on. And then they kind of stop. Now, the problem with the fact that they kind of stop lies in the fact that there isn't a lot of opportunity for early career designers. Like if you're looking at the job market and you're applying to different jobs, you're seeing 2, 300, 900 applicants for one job. And it's literally physically impossible for every single one of those early career designers to have their portfolio reviewed and measured in the process of hiring. Like there's a limit to how many that you can reasonably try to look at as a hiring manager. Like even if they did just 1 minute for 300 portfolios, say it takes you 30 seconds to a minute to transition between them, that's 600 minutes. That's an entire 8-hour day. Honestly, I don't do the math. Like that's Alexa, what's 600? No, that's 10 hours. God. Okay. That one was actually easy. Never mind, Alexa. Don't do anything. Okay. Y'all, clearly not a math student. Okay. So the reason I mention all this before I jump into reviewing Terry's portfolio is you've seen me review a lot of portfolios by now, and this one looks a little bit different. It is someone who is not already a designer who's moved into UX. But as Terry has figured out and what he put in that form as I intake folks who want to get their portfolio reviewed, he's been doing some kind of UX user experience for over 3 decades. It's just kind of changing your mindset on what that looks like. It doesn't mean he's been doing like Academy of Art Institute or whatever for the last however many years. Like lots of folks have. Lots of folks come from a design background into this. Terry recognized he has the ability to, and he's going to continue to learn the skills that empower him. So I'm excited to see this website. It's actually changed a ton since I looked at it last year, and I'm really impressed. Terry, I need you to know this looks really, really good. So there's a couple of things that you will not already know because you don't come from the background of design. But as you get more exposure, you might change things like your menu. It's got good what is the word? Color contrast. I would say maybe this is a little bit dark for a black text, but the text is large enough that it's easy to see things. It is large and bold designs, and we will see that throughout this entire website. And Terry built all of this from scratch, never having touched website designs before. So, like, this is amazing growth. So, I'm excited about that. One thing I do notice is that the text is really large throughout the website, and that might just be a result of working on like a small laptop screen and not being really sure how that translates to a bigger screen. I don't recall how much control that you get with the Wix website builder. And since you've got this banner on here, what that means is that you haven't paid for like the expensive version of Wix, and that is totally fine. I need you to know that that is more than okay. Lots of folks are going to be like, a little judgy about that. Those are also folks who are trying to get into Apple or Facebook, whatever, Meta, whatever it is. Terry's not trying to do that. Terry's growing his business as an entrepreneur and as a designer, and he's already got real world clients. He's already working with people for money. So the comparison is not really apples to apples when we're looking at someone who like paid that $15,000 to go through the UC Berkeley 6 month UX UI boot camp and might have had exposure to design work in the past. So this is a little bit different. We are still probably working on figuring out like, hey, let's talk about typography design. This isn't something that anybody would know before they moved into this. So we see the difference between some of the basic text, and then we've got a different font here for welcome to the magic. I'm okay with that. You got your core skills being communication, adaptable, teamwork, project management, leadership, coaching, and collaboration. All of these are soft skills that are totally necessary for designers. And then if I clicked here, I already did that and it downloaded your resume. Fantastic. Make it easy for people. Love that you've got a welcome to the Bolden design experience. You're so glad that we're here, and you've spent a lot of your adult life solving problems and coming up with creative and imaginative ways to do so, especially if your dad was a Marine. You had to learn to be adaptable and get comfortable with unfamiliar situations quickly. So I want to tell you how impressed I am to see your growth over this last year. And then you've got examples of your work, and all of these are paying clients. I see so many portfolios that only have the school projects and that's it. They don't actually get out there and try to find folks. And that is exactly what Terry has done. I feel like, oh, it looks like the title is above the button. I don't know if you're able to see that, but there's a little bit of K and Z customs, and that button looks right here. And then I don't know where the text went for that, but double check your buttons. But let's be real. I know that when I'm hovering over this, what I'm expecting to see. So this is interesting. You've got your experience, Shepherd's Children cleaning services, freelance project. I love that you have the value provided. You created an online booking service for clients to make it easier to capture and retain clients. Here's the other part about UX design and how your portfolio or Terry's portfolio differs from a lot of folks that I would see who've come through a boot camp is we have really limited ideas of what this design is meant to be. People think that they're going to go work on an app and they're going to create something new from scratch every single time. And that's not the same thing as solving a clear need and a clear problem. So, children cleaning services, they needed an online booking service. They were relying strictly on offline methods for getting new clients. And that means phone calls. That means you actually have to handle each and every phone call. And if you miss it, you have to call them back and then you write it down and you maybe add it to a calendar. It makes it really difficult for you as the business owner, Shepherd, the business owner, to manage that. But it also makes it really difficult for someone who just wants to book services. And like as an elder millennial, I don't want to call you. I want to tap, tap, tap on my phone. And like it just shows up and does magic. So I really appreciate, and I genuinely hope hiring managers will appreciate that Terry is bringing specific value to these businesses. They are able to book faster and easier with new clients than they were before. And that translates to money. You've got a design challenge here. Jarvis from Iron Man and the Rise of AI. Very cool. The custom e-commerce website. Okay, so the value provided here was simplifying the process for them to be able to shop, That's important. If you have products that you cannot move because you have to put them in front of someone in their physical presence to sell them, that limits your ability to make money. So, making it easy for people to shop and not just view items on her website, that's a big deal. Adding a user flow, non existent in the previous ordering method. I would ask a little bit more details. What do you mean about the user flow? Did you tie things in a natural order? What was that user flow that was not existing and that you created? Maybe a little bit more words there. Provided imagery on the website to consolidate the shopping experience. Love it. She operates a small craft online store. She lost the site. These are also untapped market opportunities for people who are coming out of design boot camps to reach out to the people around them. Do you have a business? Do you have a small business? Do you have a hobby that you would like to monetize? Help them create a small presence. It doesn't have to be fancy. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, make the new internet, or invent a new app just like from scratch every single time. Half of the work I do easily for clients or nonprofits that I donate my time to is simply creating a Squarespace website or Terry's done here with a Wix site. It does not have to be fancy to provide real value for the user experience. So I'm going to click through onto this portfolio because it's a website and I really enjoy that. But she lost access to the GoDaddy website. Either the domain lapsed or the wasn't able to access it because wasn't able to access email. There's a lot of things that very small, like niche cottage industry business owners lack in terms of knowledge and experience for technology that you as an early career designer can provide for them. Only if you get out there and find those people. Neighborhood lighting and mulch provided a simplified online tool. I would double check your font size because it went from pretty big to, ooh, this is so teeny. What happened? Simplified online tool for users to be able to acquire the services, created branding and logos, and provided a platform where he can niche his services. Nice. Okay, I'm loving all this. I'm going to click through into your actual portfolio and we're going to go on to the customs website design because I'm excited about her. So click here to explore. Ooh, .net. We've got this. Let's check it out. Discover the uniqueness of KNZ Customs. All right. Welcome and thank you for visiting your shop for beautiful handcrafted items. Okay, every item is detailed. I think we might have a line item, a line height issue here because we've got some little small spaces where you can see that the letters aren't quite working. Maybe space that out just a little bit. It's a custom thing. That's a beautiful picture. This looks really good. So we've got to learn more on here. Buy now, 30-ounce tumblers. Let me look at these. You got to shop tumblers. I would space out. This is interesting. This is cool. Hold on. I'm going to view the page source because I'm nosy. It's a Squarespace site. Easy peasy. I would space out that navigation just a little bit because having that blog drop down, home should be the exact same thing as clicking here. So you don't need like a home on there. I would probably prioritize the shop. So put shop and then services, about, contact, and blog would probably be a logical order for this navigation. You might even look at like ways you can add a frame around these images just to make them stand out a little bit more. These are really cute though. Just in time for the holidays. Christmas ornaments are 3 for $15. This is so fun. 30-ounce tumblers. I'm wondering why that says that's got an underline under that. Youth small. Yeah. What I think you've done is you've created something that the owner of the business is excited about and proud of and excited to have her wares, her shop, her goods, her products to get in front of people as easily as possible. So like learning more, discover our incredible offerings, experience the extraordinary. I feel like as you continue to grow your visual design skills, these things will become more and more refined. Right now, you're meeting their basic needs and getting their shop out on the internet. And hopefully you've got some analytics. You're able to drop in and look at the back end of Squarespace. This is cool. So if I were to buy now, this is going to take me to custom wine glasses. This is really cute. And if I click on, okay, shop now, there we go. I feel like I should be able to put something in an order. So that I'm a little bit confused about. I think maybe we've got to do a little bit of, and it opens up a new tab every single time, but it's the exact same one. So I'm going to say that we probably need to look at how we actually shop on here. So if she's got a Squarespace site and it's actually got the shopping ability, the shopping cart ability, I should be able to look at some details, maybe select my options and put it into a cart and check out. And it doesn't look like that's the case right now. So maybe folks have to email her, and that's totally fine. But if you want to make it even easier for people to jump in and just buy what they need and get out so that she gets cash more quickly, then I would make that a little bit easier. Yeah, I don't see a way to add anything into my shopping cart. So that's something that is not helping her make sales. But this is still a really solid one of your early attempts at making a website for your customers. That's fantastic. All right, so you've got website redesign to expand the client base. We'll measure using KPI metrics. I would love to know what those are. What are metrics? Are you looking for trafficking website traffic? I would delete this word. So we'll measure using which metrics. What do you want? Number of visits per day, number of purchases. That would be something that I would be more specifically interested in. Website traffic to analyze sales revenue and bottom line growth. You did all of the work and you did it in less than a month. That's fantastic. She had a website through GoDaddy several years ago and let it lapse, continued to operate her craft business via social media. And then she's creating a new, she needs to make her user journey simpler. That is actually something that we can do as UX designers. I think these are all the same pain points. So double check on that. This might actually be like relying on email and Instagram for orders slows production. That's one pain point. Emails make it so that she's not able to sort and group multiple orders. Second pain point. Client manages ordering via a spreadsheet, which takes time away from production. Third pain point. And as the sole producer of items, this isn't efficient. So that's the fourth pain point. So break those up and they are going to fit into the space a little bit better. You began research looking at statistics of how many online hobby and craft sales there were for the last few years. Okay. All right. A year beyond, it's still growing. You're looking at market size outlook, market research. Okay. Double check your fonts in here because this is not accessible. It's not readable. I got to be honest, I can't really read that and I have my glasses on. Okay. So if you can make this slider a little bit more consistent so that we have these data points a little bit more accessible, that would be really helpful. And you've got some mock-ups, and it looks like this has actually changed since you've created this mock-up. So maybe consider adding an updated version. And then this is super big text. I'm like, let me back up a little bit. Consulting with my client about the market and learning of her users' behavior, able to conceptualize the most effective way to market my client to her users. Cards to highlight her business goals, her inventory, and her face. A card of my client's face will inspire trust and confidence. It gives a personal contact, like it activates the core drive 5, social influence and relatedness. If I know who you are as a person, you're not just a faceless human being that like maybe you're a robot on the internet, but seeing you as a person makes me more likely to trust and shop with you. Design pages and elements to retain user engagement. Use big buttons on the home page so users can purchase items impulsively. Adding a learn more so they can learn more about the product if they're interested. Yeah, I would want to make sure that you can actually go through the user experience and check out on the website. So let me know if you need some help with that. I'm happy to like be your practice client, but I want to make sure that it demonstrates that you can take something through from the project initiation all the way to the person actually being able to make a sale. So you've agreed on the elements of the site. I created a sitemap and user flow to prepare for usability testing. This isn't going to be a helpful visual because it's just a screenshot of the user flow and it's really, really zoomed out. So we as viewers don't have any context for what this is and the words are too hard to read. So what could we use instead of this? We could just use an icon of a user flow or like a really simple graphic. It doesn't have to be exactly what you built. Setting up usability testing to learn of user engagement metrics. Okay, we should definitely come back and check some alignment. And when we're using all caps and titles, it makes it really difficult to read it. So this adds to the cognitive load. Now I'm like having to step back a little, go, okay, what's going on? So setting up usability testing to learn of user engagement metrics. So tell me more about what that means. You've set up a usability test. Is the navigation clear and easy to use? Are you able to purchase items immediately from one click, or do you need more than one click to complete the task? This is something that in like 2014, I can't remember what it was, but everybody's like, oh, no more than 3 clicks. It's some Nielsen Norman something or other. People don't mind making additional clicks as long as it helps them. Each of those clicks is a meaningful action. So just adding clicks for the sake of like making you drill down into something, not a good user experience. But if they're able to, maybe they want to learn more about it before adding it to their cart. And that's a totally reasonable user flow. Are items clear enough to make you want to purchase? I would love to have been able to add that to my cart, but I want to double check that that still works. Is the customization button and form easy to use? I didn't even see that. Do you have any suggestions that would make the site easier to use? Missing an upcharge button. Ooh, international shipping. Thought the navigation was straightforward. There wasn't a lot of product, at least not as much as available via Instagram. That does become an issue. Having the owner of the company be able to come in and add all their products, making it easy for them to do so, helps them update the website more frequently. Maybe that looks like a little hand holding session where I sit beside you and we talk about, all right, here's how you would do this. Let's create a document. Maybe it looks like a loom, like something like this video I'm creating, where you say, here's how to do this, click here, type in here, and then you can create your new item. So maybe there's a little bit of user training, and maybe that's why the website didn't have the ability to check out. Okay. Iterating on insights to learn of potential user engagement or cart abandonment. So with the insights from you, that's also really important, like knowing whether or not someone, like I look like a cart abandoner. Well, I didn't have anything in my cart, but I went to the site, I clicked around, and then I bounced. That's literally called the bounce rate. And that would have been really helpful had I, what am I trying to say? Knowing the bounce rate is really helpful as a designer because that tells you something isn't working. If it's a really high bounce rate, that means people are coming to your website, they don't really like what they see, and then they go. Now, that could be a redesign, and that could be, hey, I wasn't able to add something into my cart. So, some different things can be tested here. Let's see, shop customs here, what I learned, marketing and branding, different ways to use typography and card placement. You learned you can solve multiple pain points by not just listening to the problems a user or client brings to you, but if you do the research of why something's happening, you can address multiple pain points at the same time. I'd love to know more about that. As the client is on a website that will track major KPIs such as SEO, user drop off, cart abandonment, I will check back on these in 6 months and see if there's anything that I can do to leverage these insights. Yep. Users are able to customize their cart immediately rather than through email, which can always get lost in the inbox through during the production time. That's fantastic. What happens here? Oh, Merit America learners. You've got some Slack on here, and you've got your LinkedIn, you've got your phone number and your email. This is great. And I think this is your business card. That is awesome. Terry, I know that you are early in your career, but I think you are going to do a fantastic job when it comes to helping small businesses become more successful. Yeah, I really do want to know how I can put this. Ooh, there's some. Okay. All right. Now I found it. Add to cart. Customize my wine glass. All right. Glitter tumblers. I got to be honest, kind of like one of those. How I want my tumbler. Give a little bit more context. How do I want it? Does that mean we're asking for maybe the paw prints to be customized on there, or just the name? I would like it in gold and pink. Tell me a little bit more about what people are able to do here so that they know better how to answer this, especially if this is a required form field like you've got here. How I want my tumbler. I'd also like to know, can I do 2 of those? These are fun. Customize your shirt. It does feel like we can, over time, the T2Z, EFP2Z. I feel like I'm supposed to read something there, but that might just be me trying to find meaning, and there's not supposed to be. make it really easy for the user to update the pictures of their products because it feels like these are a little bit older and they have been like saved over time and then compressed and recompressed. And this is why we get a little bit of the fuzziness. But if we're creating these, like she should be able to take some really good pictures with her cell phone and attach these, add extra bling, stop it. Um, she should be able to attach some like more clear pictures, kind of like this one, um, as she creates these products over time. All right, Terry, I really appreciate the opportunity to review your portfolio. I genuinely am excited about your experience as you grow in your career. This is solid first year work, and I think you're going to have a great career ahead of you. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining me here today. I'm super excited that I get to review portfolios and that you get value out of it. Please click the see, I hate asking for it. Click the subscribe button if that seems awesome for you. I would really appreciate it. And I'm super excited to see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Everybody have a great day.